and welcome to KNN, the Kids News Network. And my name's Luke Cavado.
And I'm AJ Young. And today we'll be talking about illegal drugs in the U.S.
Yes, and how people obtain them, whether it's combining legal medications to create a new drug, growing it in rural areas in the United States of America, or importing from other countries.
Studies actually say that 9% of Americans are on illegal drugs, and that marijuana is the most commonly used drug. Over 17 million Americans today use it.
And here are the other stats. 7 million Americans abuse therapeutic drugs, which include painkillers, stimulants, tranquilizers, and sedatives.
1.2 million Americans use hallucinogens, and 1.5 million Americans use cocaine.
And the use of methamphetamine has slightly gone down to 0.1%.
Now, let's talk about importing illegal drugs to our country. Most drugs come from Mexico and Canada.
Alright, well, the majority of the marijuana that enters this country comes across the land border between Mexico and the United States, or the Canada-Montana border.
Yes, 10% comes from Canada, while 90% comes from Mexico.
But what about other drugs, such as cocaine and GHB, more commonly known as acid?
Well, most cocaine that enters the U.S. is coming in from Cuba, and groups that are organized crime from China, and the organized crime groups are actually responsible for most of the imported GHB.
And if you're wondering about methamphetamine, you can make it with simple materials. Is that right?
Yes you can. Crystal meth, with combining cold medicine with either battery acid or antifreeze, and when creating meth, it can explode. That's why it's very dangerous.
Scary stuff.
Yeah. Now, let's get into growing drugs in rural areas.
Okay, well, we all know that California grows the most marijuana out of the 50 states.
So, what we need to know about marijuana is that it can be grown in basically anywhere, including indoor facilities.
But how is that?
Well, you see, marijuana growers can grow in dense forests, or they control the growth